Welcome to Trucker Reacts, back with another video. This one is from Sean Duffy and cracking down on the CDL schools, CDL mills, whatever you want to call them, the fly-by-night dudes. Come here to our school just to get your CDL. Nothing else is taught. So let's go to this press conference happened today sometime. So let's check it out, see what it says.
Hey everybody, I want to thank you for coming out. First off, I want to introduce our new administrator of the FMCSA, Derek Bars. He was confirmed a month ago.
Yes, sir.
So it's our first press conference together. He's doing an excellent job. We want to give an update on CDLs, non-domiciled CDLs. This has been a story that's been covered for some time in the news media. And there's been some new developments over the course of the last days and weeks. But before I start, I do want to thank Secretary Noem and ICE and the state of Indiana for the great work they've done. They had a press conference this morning identifying 223 illegals that were arrested in a sting operation in Indiana. 146 of those individuals were truck drivers. And Secretary Noem actually pointed out that a number of those truck drivers that were illegal have criminal records. Individuals that have no place on American roads. Through Indiana's great work, we discovered that they were, and those people are taken off the road now, and many of them are headed back to their countries of origin. I know other states are partnering with us, states like Oklahoma, also setting up operations in their states to actually enforce the laws on the books in their states, but also the laws that come from the federal government and those of us here at DOT. So I want to walk through just some of the history of what's happened here. In late May, we told all of our states that you have to enforce the English proficiency requirements that are on the books right now. And by the way, those are not new rules that were put on the books by US DOT. They've been on the books for decades. It's just that we were going to enhance the penalty.
This is a 22-minute video. Let me speed it up a little bit. It's not too bad. We'll keep it. Let's try 1.5. All right, let's try this. It was not too fast. We'll leave it.
That existed before Barack Obama changed them in the early 2000s. So we're going back to the original.
All right, let's slow it down to 1.25. That should be good. Let's see. All right, let's do it.
Standard, taking vehicles out of service if someone couldn't speak English.
That's not too bad, is it?
And then we did an investigation in regard to non-domiciled CDLs. So just quickly, what is a non-domiciled CDL? It was a CDL that was envisioned for someone from one state, a citizen from one state, that was going to get a commercial driver's license in another state. So say I'm in Wisconsin and I want to drive truck in Texas, a lot of jobs down there, and I would get a commercial driver's license, a non-domiciled one in the state of Texas. Like many of our laws, it was contorted by oftentimes liberals and liberal governors, and they started to allow foreigners to get non-domiciled CDLs. We discovered, and we reported this about a month ago, that many of these non-domiciled CDLs, the commercial driver's licenses that were given to foreigners, they were issued unlawfully. For example, it would look like a foreigner has a work permit that expires on one date, but the commercial driver's license would not have an expiration date, whether it's months or years later. Again, not following the rules of DOT.
Wow.
When we discovered that through our investigation, we put a stop to all non-domiciled CDLs across the country. And then we requested that all the states go back and look at all the non-domiciled CDLs that were issued in their states to find out which ones were issued unlawfully. That process is coming to a close. I think a lot of states have tried to comply, but I think we have a number of states that have been less than willing to comply with our requirements. So that brings us to today. We're in a situation where we have now found that many states have issued commercial driver's licenses that are designated as U.S. citizens, but they're issuing those licenses to foreigners or to illegals. So you have an illegal alien, a foreigner, who might have a work permit, but they're getting a commercial driver's license that indicates that they're a U.S. citizen, number one. Number two, we have states that are giving illegal aliens. So they don't have a work permit, they're here legally, they're giving illegals commercial driver's licenses. So instead of the state finding an illegal in their state, coming in to get a commercial driver's license and actually calling ICE and saying this person should be deported, they're actually giving them a commercial driver's license. So these are individuals that can drive fuel tankers, they can drive school buses, they can drive all of these very dangerous big rigs on our roads, and they are in the country unlawfully. And then finally, what we found is that we have a number of drivers that have no driver's license at all. They're just getting behind the wheel of a big rig, and they are operating. And we're seeing the consequences of that. We're seeing more crashes, more consequences, more death on American roadways. And so the question becomes, what are we going to do? Right? How do we actually navigate this from our perspective? Well, number one, we have a lot of money that flows from this department to our states. And you saw that we pulled $40 million from the state of California because they were refusing to comply with our English proficiency language requirements. We're getting information from state troopers in the state of California that Gavin Newsom has specifically told them, don't comply with this requirement from the Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
Number one. But number two, in regard to the non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses, we've asked for compliance for those states to, again, go back and look at the licenses to verify that they were issued lawfully. California is less than cooperative, and we're in the process of going through a review, and we have the opportunity to pull $160 million of additional dollars from the state of California. That's about 4% of the money that we send California from DOT. We'll be able to pull another 4% and another 4% if they don't comply. Eventually, we can pull their ability to issue commercial driver's licenses. We will get compliance. They will comply. I think it begs the question also, who is testing these drivers? Who is taking drivers in, seeing if they speak English, and then testing them on basic skills that would allow them to be certified to then go to the DOT to get a license? So these are commercial driver's license schools. And a lot of these students are coming through these schools. They can't speak the language, and many of them are not proficient in the English language. Many of them don't have the skills to operate these big rigs on the roads. But nonetheless, these schools are certifying that they're qualified. Not only that, they don't have documentation that they're citizens. So we are going to go after the CDL mills that are issuing licenses across the country, sending a certification in to our state DOTs saying that you have a qualified individual to drive a big rig and licensed in your state, and the truth is they are not. We are going to take a hard look at those individuals, and there'll be serious consequences for them. Also, we are diving into the companies that hire these drivers that may not have a license, that may not have a lawfully issued license, or do not speak the language. Companies will be held to account. And so we are using every tool that we have in our toolbox to make sure states comply. And just if I could make a side note, I don't have a law enforcement. I don't have a massive law enforcement wing like ICE does. And that's why I'm grateful for Secretary Noem's help in not only bringing attention to this matter, but actually using ICE agents to go out and make sure that we have compliance with some of our laws that are on the books from DOT. It's a partnership that you see from government, secretary to secretary, because President Trump has indicated he wants us all to work together. We are not working in silos. We're working as one federal government. And again, Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, has been a great partner in this effort. So we are going to continue the pressure. We are going to get compliance. And in the end, if it takes money, if it takes pulling states' ability to issue CDLs, we will stop at nothing to make sure that our roads are safe. You've seen the videos. You have a family out for a Sunday drive or a couple driving home on a weekday afternoon, and tragedy hits because we have people on the roads that aren't safe, that aren't qualified, that should never have a driver's license, and lives are lost. And it's our job in this department to make sure that people are safe. They expect us to look out for their safety. And that means that we have to use every tool we have to make sure we get compliance with these rules so Americans can feel safe when they go on the roadways, that they have well-trained, skillful drivers of these big rigs that aren't going to take their or their family member's life. With that, I do want to turn it over to Derek Bars, our FMCSA administrator, for additional comment on this. And then after, we'll be happy to take any questions from you if you have any.
Thank you, Secretary. I also want to just to start off with, I want to thank the Indiana Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division for their great partnership that we have. Me being a former law enforcement officer for nearly 30 years, doing roadside inspections, I know how important it is, and the work that they do is valuable to commercial vehicle safety. And I also want to thank our other law enforcement partners who are doing this across the country, who are actually assisting us in cracking down on unsafe and unqualified drivers that we have. I want to touch a little bit about what Indiana has done with some of their inspections, just to highlight the great work that they're doing, and that also highlights the work that our other partners are doing across the country. Over the last 30 days, in Indiana alone, 191 inspections were conducted that resulted with English language proficiency or commercial vehicle driver violations. That's unacceptable. Let me break this down for you just a little bit. Of those 115, there were CDL violations, and that included no CDLs, as the Secretary just mentioned, unqualified drivers, suspended driver's license, or just being disqualified. And 76 of those were ELP, English language proficiency violations.
Oh, man.
As the Secretary also mentioned, we need to look at every step and everything, every tool in our toolbox, which includes the entry-level driver training schools, where safety truly begins. This is when a new driver comes in, he gets the training that he needs to be a professional driver. You can't make that up on the back end. It's got to be on the front end. It's very, very important. So that's, as I said, that's where the rubber meets the road. We want to ensure every driver on the road is qualified and has safety in the forefront of their minds, because we only want professional and safe drivers on our roadways. And to have that, they must follow our standards. And if you do not want to follow our standards, then you need to stay out of the profession. Soon, here at FMCSA, we will be announcing recent activities that we're doing to take and to ensure that entry-level driver training schools are being upheld and those standards are being upheld. And as the administrator of FMCSA, I want to make this perfectly clear to the driver training schools. If you are not following the rules and you're not doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, we're going to ensure that we put you out of business. We're going to come after you. I also want to thank Secretary Duffy for his work, our FMCSA partners, and our state partners who go out every single day and are trying to make sure that our roadways are safe. And we do that also with our industry partners and these critical safety issues that we have. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I just want to note that this is not a problem that developed overnight. This is a problem that's been evolving over years.
Yes.
And as I took this job, I would get outreach immediately from truck drivers about the problem we have with non-citizens, foreigners, non-English speakers driving on our roads. It was a huge issue. The difference is the last administration didn't pay attention to it. They didn't care about it. They didn't focus on it. And that's not this administration. And so I do want to thank Derek and his team who have done outstanding work, making sure that we're looking around every corner so we can make sure we get compliance and we keep every single American safe. And with that, if you guys have any questions for us, we're happy to take them, yes.
I have a question about the Essential First Service Program. Earlier this month, the department said that it found enough funds to keep the program going or continue to fund the program through November 2nd. That's the Sunday. Does the department know what's going to happen to the program and the program's funding after the Sunday?
So I don't have any additional information that we were able to find more resources to keep the.
I'm going to cover the press conference or the question and answer period. If you want to check it out, you can just Google or look it up, search here on YouTube about Sean Duffy and CDL Mills. You can watch the whole video there. So we're going to get back over here. So, wow, CDL Mills now center of attention. Sean Duffy, and cracking down, man. You know why it takes so long? Well, you heard it. Past administrations didn't care, and it was bad when I was out there because I used to hate going to a truck stop or something, even a shipper or receiver, trying to communicate with a foreign driver that couldn't speak any English whatsoever, and very frustrating. How they get a CDL, and you know, I had my whole 28-year trucking career, I had to get a medical card every year, a physical every year, because my blood pressure was a little high. And you get these people, no CDLs, fake CDLs, no speaking English, can get a CDL. That's crazy. I was a safe driver too. But just because my blood pressure ran a little high, I had to go through all kinds of hoops just to drive. It was crazy. But that's it. So what y'all think about this? Are you happy they're going after CDL Mills now? That's good. So let me know in that comment section what y'all think. Be sure to like and subscribe. Can't forget that. I always forget to say that on my videos towards the end, but if you like the video, you're going to like it. If you like the channel, you're going to subscribe. If not, I can't do anything about it. So I just suggest it if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. So I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day and stay safe.